This conference
Yeah,
will now be recorded.
yeah. Hi, Teja. We'll start the session now.
Unmuted.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry for the delay.
No problem. Let me introduce myself before we start the session. This is Upendra Reddy. I'm qualified cost accountant. I'm having 14 years of SAP experience and 5 years of domain experience in different organizations. As this is my own organization, Pregna Technologies is my own organization, you'll get more subject, more support than any other trainer in the market. This is about myself. In this session, we are going to discuss what are the common challenges in your R/3 system and what HANA is providing and what I am delivering. Just brief discussion on course content, what we are using and what materials you will get, what is my training methodology. These things we are going to discuss in the next half an hour. Now we'll start with the common challenges. When it comes to common challenges in R/3 system, we can see the slower reporting and also slower closing due to complex data model what we are using in your R/3 system. What is that complex data model? Why it is slower reporting and slower closing in R/3 system? This thing we are going to discuss first. We know the importance of tables. Earlier in R/3, whenever you are posting any transaction, particularly in FICO module, FI module, header table and line item tables, these many tables are there. Now, whatever we are discussing is about R3 system, and this R3 system was developed by using Oracle or SQL database. And these databases are traditional database. You can see it was developed 20-30 years back. Old database. 20 years back, what happened? We don't have this much of technology. We're having very limited amount of RAM. We know the purpose of RAM in your computer or laptop. The performance is based on your RAM only. The speed, the processing speed is based on your RAM. When you're buying laptop, what normally we'll check? If it's a 8 GB RAM, it works fast when you compare with 4 GB RAM. 20 years back, we don't have this much of RAM. Even your computer CPU, we're having only 512 MB RAM, not even GBs, only in MBs. Whenever you want to do something in your laptop, now I'm saving this one. When you're saving, that processing is happening. That processing is based on your RAM only. If you're having good amount of RAM, it works fast. Otherwise, it will be very slow. When it comes to table level information, we know the importance of these tables whenever you're posting any accounting document. Header table is BKPF, line item table is BSEG. From this BSEG, there are many other tables are there which the information is updating. These many tables, not only these tables, asset accounting tables are there, controlling tables are there, COPA tables are there. So these many tables, from this BSEG table, the information is dividing into different parts and it is storing in multiple tables. Why these many tables SAP has given? Because of this technological problem, that is we are having very limited amount of RAM. 20 years back. This software was developed keeping in view that you are using only in desktops, where we don't have this much of RAM, only 512 MB RAM, not even 1 GB RAM is there. As we have discussed just now, the purpose of RAM, the processing is based on your RAM. After doing this save, it will go back and it will store on a particular file and folder in your C drive on your desktop. In a particular folder it is storing. That is your ROM. ROM is read only memory, that we call as a hard disk also. RAM is read access memory, which is your processing is based on your RAM. Because in olden days we don't have this much of RAM. To improve the speed, to manage that speed, the information what is updating input table is BSEG only, but some information is storing in BSIS, some information is storing in BSCS, BSIK, some information like this. The total information is dividing and it is storing in multiple tables. When you want to extract a particular report, line item report, balance report, different reports you are extracting, then the system will pick from the relevant table only or combination of relevant tables, so that we can manage the speed somewhat. Assume there are 100 users in your client business. All 100 users are using only BSEG. Assume we don't have these many tables. Everything is storing in one table only. Data entry is happening and extracting the report is also happening in the same table. 100 users using the single table. And what happened? It will hang. Your performance speed will not be there. Your SAP server may hang, just like your IRCTC website at the Tatkal time. Normally it will be very slow. What normally we used to call, many users are accessing the website because it's a Tatkal time, server is very slow. The same way here also, if hundreds of 100 users are using the single table, then the performance may affect because we don't have this much of RAM what we are using now 20 years back. There is a reason these databases are developed keeping in view that we're having very limited amount of RAM, and this software is meant to use only in your desktops, not even laptops or mobiles or tablets. So that's the basic data model, the complex data model what we are using in your R/3 system. That's the reason SAP is divided the information and storing the information in multiple tables. And these databases are also not SAP's own database. SAP is paying money to use these databases. That is also one of the reason. Now HANA is a database. SAP has developed their own database, that is HANA. In HANA database, instead of storing these many tables, the system is storing only in a single table the information, particularly when it comes to FI, CO information, AC, DOCA. Still BKPF BSEC is there, but the information is storing in a single table. Whenever you want to get any information, any report, the system will pick the information only from AC, DOCA. So all these tables has become absolute now. Now why this single table only we are using? Because technology is improved. Even our small mobile is also having 8 GB RAM. That is the reason even it's a single table, we can manage that speed. As technology is available, to install HANA system, we need minimum 70 GB RAM. Big servers we need. And now the RAM is used not only for the processing, for storage also. Most frequently accessed information is storing in RAM only. This is HANA database what we are using. So it will come very fast. It is not going and searching your hard disk. Assume this particular file you're picking from particular folder. So what you are doing, you are going to a particular folder or any folder, any file you are opening materials. You are opening one material like this. So when you open this material, we are going to a particular folder and particular file. Then you are doing some changes and you are saving. That saving is happening based on the RAM. Again, when you close, it is go back and it is store to the C drive users SAP desktop material folder and it is storing. Material folder and it is storing. That is hard disk. But when it comes to HANA, as most frequently accessed information is storing in RAM. Earlier, to go to a particular folder, it takes assume 5 seconds. And for processing to save assume it takes 5 seconds. Again, it is going back and storing in a particular folder, again 5 seconds. Total 15 seconds time is taking for a particular action. But when it comes to HANA, the same as it is storing in RAM only, completing within 5 seconds only. It will be very fast when you compare with your regular database. There's a difference. We're not saying that everything is storing in RAM. We're saying that most frequently accessed information is storing in RAM. You will get a very fast report, quick reports. When it comes to common challenges, as we are discussing as per this PPT, slower reporting. When it comes to reporting, what is that reporting purpose? So we are having an R by 3 system, we know. So R by 3 is a different server, BPC is a different server. As a part of R by 3 in FICO module, you are posting some transactions and we are using the BPC for different reports. You are getting different reports here. So we need to transfer the data from R by 3 to BPC. When you are transferring the data from R by 2 to BPC, there is some processing is there. So OLTP plus OLAP, online transactional processing and analytical processing, by using the ETL tool called BW, Business Warehouse. Because of this processing, the data is coming from R by 3 FICO module to BPC server. This server is different, R3 server is different, BPC server is different on a particular day, on a particular time. If you verify a particular information or data in FICO module, and if you extract a report in BPC, you may not get the same values what was posted in FICO and BPC, because there is a time gap between the data entry and reports what you are generating in BPC, because some processing is happening. There's a lengthy process is there. So you are not getting the reports on actual data on real-time basis. You are getting the reports on old data, not on live data or actual data on real-time basis. That is the reason we are saying that in R by 3 system, in your old SAP servers, the reports are slower reporting. You are not getting the reports on actual data. And another important point is slower closing. What is this closing then? There are many period and processes are there. Many batch input programs, batch input sessions we need to run as a month-end procedure. We'll take one example, foreign currency revaluation. Normally, when we will do foreign currency revaluation, in month ending or year ending. So assume you want to do month ending on 31st July. This month ending you will do, you are having one loan, foreign term loan with $1 lakh. You want to prepare a balance sheet today. What is today? Today is 14th July. 14th July. You are preparing balance sheet in your INR, local currency. Last time when you did foreign currency revaluation on 30th June, you did foreign currency revaluation month ending. Again, you will do 31st July. But today, when you are preparing the balance sheet, your management want to see what is your financial position as on today, P&L account and balance sheet. So today, whatever we are seeing is not correct value of this $1 lakh. Last on 30th June, assume the conversion rate is 75. Now today is 76. But as on today, if you are seeing the balance sheet, your loan account will display with 75 only because you not did revaluation today. You did revaluation last month ending. Again, you have to wait until this month ending to see your balance sheet actual loan account in INR. This is one example for slower closing in your R/3 system. The value whatever you are seeing in your loan account is not the correct value as than today. You're seeing the previous month value only today also. Again, you have to wait until this month ending to see again the revaluated amount, which is not correct. But all these are rectified now. Whatever the challenges we are discussing now in HANA has given the solution thanks to SAP's HANA's in-memory capability for providing columnar database and also simplified data model which helps instant insight. What is that columnar database? I'll take one example. Assume you're having this information: serial number, customer, amount, region. Like this, some 10,000 records are there. There are customer names or customer ID. Assume this is south region, north region, south region, east region, north region. Like this, there are 10,000 records are there. You want to see the east region, you want to see this customer E sales value in north region, customer E sales value in north region. The system will search row 1, later row 2, later row 3, later row 4, later row 5. Like this, even the 10,000 record also, the final record also, it will search row by row, takes more time because earlier the R/3 system is searching row based data storage only available. But when it comes to HANA, the same information is the system will search in different way. It's a columnar based. This we can call it as the columnar based data storage. Because of this data storage, even the 10,000 record also, it will pick immediately. It will search like this, column wise. All 10,000 records at a stage, instant insight is available. Immediately it will pick the 10,000th record also within a fraction of seconds. So this is what the HANA is having. HANA database supports this columnar database storage. So you will get instant insight of all the records immediately when you are extracting the report. This is what the SAP is. In memory means As we have discussed, when it comes to HANA, most frequently accessed information is storing in RAM only. That is the reason. It will be very fast when you compare with your R/3 system. This is a basic data model. Changes what happen. This foreign currency revaluation in HANA we can do today also. There is a concept called extension ledger with simulation ledger. Anytime you can do foreign currency revaluation. You no need to wait until month ending. For management reporting purpose, today also you can do middle of the month. The new concepts and most of the batch input month end programs are changed to batch input sessions. Even foreign currency valuation, actual month ending valuation is also, it's not a batch input, it's a direct posting only. Like this, many changes happen. So your closing also, it will be very fast when you compare with your R/3 system. Another point we are going for high cost of operations. What is this high cost of operations? We'll take one example. Assume you are creating one purchase order. Earlier in R/3 system, there are many fields are there to create a purchase order in ME21N. Hundreds of fields are there. Assume as per industry standard, one user create 20 POs per day. One user can create only 20 purchase orders per day. Assume in our business there are 1000 purchase orders are there. Then how many users we need? So we need 50 users. Daily 1000 purchase orders to finish, to create 50 users we need. We need to pay 50 employee salaries. But when it comes to HANA, the data entry screens are simplified. SAP has given one cloud tool called Fiori, SAP Fiori. So the reduction in cost of operations due to great user experience provided by SAP Fiori. That too, it can work on any device. You can use in your mobile also. You can go to your Google Play Store and type SAP Fiori. Fiori app you can download. The thing is, we need to, the basis guy will connect the server to that Fiori app, but you can freely download in Google app by going to Fiori. You type Fiori app, then you can download it to your mobile also. As it is also available in the mobile. Faster approvals. Assume the end user in purchase department creates one purchase order. Their purchase manager has to approve, but he is on leave. He can approve from his home itself. Faster approval without any delay, because we can access Fiori even from your mobile also. You can use mobile, tablet, laptop, desktop, any device. It is user friendly. You will get good reports, different types of reports with beautiful charts, diagrams, flow charts, pie charts. There are different types of Fiori apps are available. That one session we are going to discuss in detail. When it comes to Fiori, you no need to enter all those 100 fields what you are entering in your R/3 system. So here, the one user can create 50 purchase orders with Fiori, because the screens are simplified. If one user can create a 50 purchase orders, then we can finish 1000 purchase orders creation by only 20 users. So you no need to employ 50 users, only 20 users are enough to finish your job. So you are saving your 30 employees salaries. That's what the cost of operations. So as data entry screens are simplified now with HANA, the user doesn't need to know how the SAP screens looks like. The Fieri is a cloud tool web-based portal, just like whatever the fields it is asking, that user can enter that fields only. That is another important change. Another one is high cost of operation. Earlier R/3 system, you have to go for on-premise installation only, on-premise implementation. You are getting SAP licenses, SAP servers and software you are buying, and you need to maintain your own servers. Either our client or the implementing company, anyone can maintain, but for that we need a separate servers. Basis team should be maintained, which cost more to any small and mid-sized companies. Are that is what high cost of infrastructure is required. But when it comes to HANA, the lower cost of hardware and software licenses using SAP's cloud services and leasing applications. The small and mid-sized companies also can go for cloud services, cloud licenses. They no need to buy, or they no need to maintain big servers. They don't maintain the basis team. The SAP itself maintaining our server. Cloud services are available when it comes to HANA, which cost less for any small and mid companies. There will be change in your cost of infrastructure, because here not only on-premise, cloud option is also available. So there's a major differences. What common challenges you are facing in your R/3? What SAP HANA solution is there? When it comes to our FACO, finance and controlling part, as a part of our syllabus, we are learning couple of sessions on HANA technical changes, right from 2011 to till now. What changes happen in HANA? As a functional consultant, what level of knowledge we need? Those technical changes we are discussing in couple of sessions. Later, migration phases, installation, pre-migration, post-migration, during migration, testing. Different phases are there in any migration project. We are already there in R3 and you are migrating to HANA. What are the things required to perform as a functional consultant? What is our job? Only this migration related only. I'm taking 20 hours. Greenfield, brownfield, and central finance. Like this, three different options are there when you are implementing S4 HANA. What are the things we need to do in all these types of different projects we are discussing in these 20 hours? Later, topic wise, we are discussing what changes happened in GL, right from basic configuration changes, chart of accounts level changes, controlling area creation, posting period changes. Like these small changes in the screens and fields are there, and GL creation major changes. And while posting, what is the new tables it is updating, as we discussed just now, ACDOCA. What is the concept of universal general? And what is the new concepts SAP has given? The extension ledger is a new concept SAP has given. What is the purpose of that extension ledger? And again, what changes happened to 1809 to 1909? About this ledger settings, again changes are happened. I'm taking entire course on 1909, and I will also show you 1809 server and what changes happen. Also, we are discussing both. Later, accounts payable and accounts receivable. Vendor and customer master creation itself changed. Business partner is a new concept we need to do. What is the configuration required for that? When it comes to asset accounting, completely changed. Total posting logic is itself changed. Now whatever we are doing is new asset accounting. As per new asset accounting, we can post each and every transaction. Accounting principle wise, ledger specific documents we are posting. Later, what changes happen in FIMM integration? The basic changes, tail level changes in MM. While we are doing integration, what changes happen? FISD integration also we are discussing. Later, when it comes to controlling cost element accounts creation, major changes happen because in HANA, all your secondary cost elements are GL accounts only. What changes happen? Product costing end-to-end scenario will take up, not in detail, only changes what happen. We are learning. Later, when it comes to COPA again, account-based COPA, SAP suggests you no need to use costing-based COPA because in HANA system, whatever the costing-based COPA is giving the features, all is possible in account-based COPA. Earlier in R3, there are two important things why we are using costing-based COPA is one is COGS splitting is possible only in costing-based COPA. Another important point is production variance breakup is also possible to update only in costing based COPA, not possible in account based COPA. But when it comes to HANA, account based COPA is also in account based COPA, it's also possible to update the COGS splitting and also production variances. That is the reason SAP suggests. In HANA system, you no need to use costing based COPA. And what changes happen, what is the configuration required, and I will show you end-to-end scenario. Those two areas why account based COPA only required in HANA system. About other things, internal order profit centers, there is no major changes. And house bank, creation of house bank, major changes happen. What is the configuration required? What are the important areas in house bank? Another one is LTMC, migration cockpit to load your transactional data or master data. SAP has given. So new concept. This topic we are taking LTMC. About central finance, we are discussing as a part of migration phases only, and one session will be there on Fiori. What are the different types of Fiori apps? Transactional apps, fact sheet apps, analytical apps. How to configure our own home page. We are not developing any Fiori. We are not learning technicalities about Fiori app. How to use the Fiori. What is the importance of different types of Fiori apps? Those things one session we are discussing. So like this, topic wise, what changes happen by comparing your R3 system to HANA system, and this migration phases we are discussing in detail. And for each one, we are having some structure materials like PPTs are there. I will explain through the PPTs what are the theory points are required to do. And for other explanation, we are having some Excel sheets. So you no need to write anything. All these things I'm going to share to you. Like when it comes to different phases of any migration project, preparation, installation and upgrade, customizing, data migration, post migration and testing. Like this, what is doing in preparation, what we are doing in installation, what we are doing in migration. When it comes to migration, GL migration, CO migration, asset accounting migration, like this. So what is the thing as a functional consultant we are doing? So all these points we are discussing in detail. So this Excel sheet, whatever I'm explaining, you no need to write anything. All these I'm going to share to you. So all these are important things, important points as a functional consultant. You should aware of all these things if you are involving in your migration project. Because of the structured materials, we are able to finish in less time, more content in less time. Other configuration material also we are providing for complete asset accounting and account based COPA. So whatever the changes are happen, we are having some structured notes or materials. So you no need to write everything, and all certification materials we are providing is a material we are providing, and all certification materials also we are providing. You no need to write anything. The configuration will be there. Ledger settings also major changes are there. Like this, you have to fill these blanks only here and there when you are attending the class. So this is asset accounting configuration notes. Because of this structure notes only, we're finishing in 50 hours. Otherwise, it will be 100 hours. If I take sessions like any other trainer in the market, the trainer will take half an hour class. More than half an hour will dictate. You have to write lengthy notes. But in our case, this 50 hours also quality training will be there. We're not wasting our time writing notes because we are getting everything. The same content what I'm delivering. If any other trainer takes in the market, it will be 100 hours course we are learning in 50 hours. So that much of content we are delivering. So this is how we are taking the classes. This is the content what we are providing. Any questions or queries we will discuss now. Actually, it's the weekend class, which this Saturday and Sunday. Saturday I've taken demo session like this only, and Sunday we have started 2-hour sessions is over for them. Just started the basic configuration. It will be 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. It's a weekend class is available right now. You can join that weekend class from the next Saturday by using the same link.